Today we're going to look at bad combos that actually work. The first one is brought to us by Conman AU. Okay, we got the Enchanted Evening. It is an Azorius 3 generic enchantment. All permanents, they're enchantments in addition to their other types. So your lands are enchantments, your creatures are enchantments, everything's an enchantment. What an enchanted evening, you know what they say? Next up, we got Boros Charm for a red and white instant. Now, it can do a lot of things, but the most important clause on this is that permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Permanents, including your enchantments. And then the last key to this combo is Patrician Scorn. Instant, if you played another white spell this turn, you may play Patrician Scorn without paying its mana cost. Destroy all enchantments. You're gonna wipe everything out, but not your own stuff. And by the way, you get to play it for free, because Boros Charm, it's a red and a white card, so you make everything of yours indestructible. And then you play the Patrician Scorn for free. What a beautiful 3-card combo. That's terrible, but it actually works. Alright, let's take a look at Toilet Duck's Jace, the Perfected Mind. And then we got the Rad Storm. Just these two. Use Rad Storm, including Storm copies, to proliferate Jace repeatedly. Then use Jace's -X ability to mill target player's entire deck. Okay, we're going to use Rad Storm, blue 3 generic instant. It's got Storm, and it proliferates. So we need a lot of spells on the stack in the first place. So what we're going to do is use it on Jace, the Perfected Mind. The abilities are... Oh, I think you just want to go -X. Target player mills 3 times X card. Is that it? So you're just going to, like... So you just go -X. So you want to, like, well, I don't know, get 1,000,000. So use Rad Storm, including Storm copies, to proliferate Jace repeatedly. So I guess your plan is... get Jace to like 100 counters, mill someone out for 99, and then I guess that would work. It's sort of like I'm missing something here. Step 1, play Jace the Perfected Mind. Step 2, something. Step 3, Rad Storm. Step 4, mill them out. I feel like there is a step missing around here, if you ask me. There's like at least one step missing. That's a synergy. No, well, I mean, it's a combo, but I feel like we're missing a few cards in between. That's all. I think we're just missing a few cards. All right, our first super chat of the day from J-Hogue. Leyline of the Guild Pact. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of Leyline of the Guild Pact combos today. That is a new card. New-ish, at least. Bloom Tender. Coalition Victory. Isn't that banned? Coalition Victory. It's banned in some parts. Plus any 3 lands, turn 3 win. You don't say. Alright, let's take a look at this. So we started with Leyline of the Guild Pact. So everything is a plains. Everything is all basic land types. All the lands at least. And all the permanents you control are all colors. Then next up we have the Bloom Tender. So we have at least 1 creature on the battlefield. Is that what the idea is? Then tap for each color among permanents you control. Oh, add 1 mana of that color. So you have Leyline of the Guild Pact. Everything's 5 colors. Tap, add 5 mana. And then 3 random lands, and we can play our Coalition Victory. You win the game if you control a land of each basic land type and a creature of each color. Well done. Well done. Tommy says, like, step 3, cast a bunch of spells somehow. Yeah, for the last card, absolutely. Okay, next up, let's take a look at... Is this combo? Maskwood Nexus and the World Tree? Is this really a combo? So, the World Tree is a land that enters the battlefield tapped. And as long as you control 6 or more lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. And for double Wooburg, you can sack it to search your library for any number of God cards and put them on the battlefield. And then Maskwood Nexus says, creatures you control are every creature type. Oh! The same is true for each creature spell you control and each creature card you own that aren't on the battlefield. So, yeah, so basically, when you crack your World Tree, you're gonna get everything in your deck as a God card. You want to see some gods? Here, I have a god squirrel for you. And so on. Toad says, I have arthritis and I'm old. I'm not typing that again. You have to learn how to use copy and paste, Toads. It's all about copy and paste. Okay, I'll look at your thing. We got Nim Death Mantle. Composite Golem. Nim Death Mantle. Walking Ballista. Okay, so the idea is if Nim is in play, play the Golem, sack the Golem, pay 4, bring the Golem, infinite mana, play the Ballista, and remove the 1/1s to victory. Is that how this is work? Okay, Nim Death Mantle, 2 mana. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, has Intimidate, and is a black zombie. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 4. And then if you do, return that card to the battlefield and attach Nim Death Mantle to it. Composite Golem says sacrifice Composite Golem, add 5 mana to your mana pool. And then, oh, so you have, okay, so you sack your Composite Golem for 5 mana. It can keep coming back. You have infinite mana, and then eventually you play your Walking Ballista for infinite. And it absolutely will work. That is a janky infinite combo. Boulder, thank you very much for your super chat. Donation to the best streamer everywhere. Enjoy the donos, my friends. Happy Thursday. Okay, that's worth at least 2 super chats. I got 2 messages to explain from my original combo I sent to play form of the approach of the second sun, cast animate library. Oh god. What is that? You're giving me unglued cards. Can we have some real combos? Those combos are a little too wild for me. Hold on, so let's whatever. Form of the approach. Animate live. These are all non-real cards. They're all Acorn. I have nothing else to see in queue though. Okay, Chaos Confetti. Whoops. Where'd I go? Chaos Confetti. And then True Polymorph. I didn't spell that one right. Oh, this is a real card. So you're mixing actually fake cards with the real cards. That's so weird. Okay, so how does this begin? I got 2 messages. Play form of this approach of the second sun, cast animate library to turn you and your library into a creature on the battlefield. Then we cast Chaos Confetti. Then cast True Polymorph, making yourself a copy of Chaos Confetti. Oh god. Then using Chaos Confetti's ability, tear you and your library into pieces and sprinkle yourself over the opponents. Is that gonna work? When you draw yourself, you win the game. Animate library. Enchant your library. Enchanted library is an artifact creature on the battlefield with power and toughness, each equal to the number of cards in its still library. If enchanted library would leave the battlefield, exile animate library. So we are... how does form... When this enchantment enters the battlefield, you gain 7 life. You become a card until you leave your library or that library is shuffled. I see. So we become a card in our library. We animate the library. Then we tear it up. Or how does target artifact or creature becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature. So we copy ourselves from our library. But I don't know how Chaos Confetti has anything to do with this. Tear Chaos Confetti into pieces, throw the pieces on the playing area from a distance of at least 5 feet. Destroy each card in play that a piece touches, remove the pieces. I don't see how we tear ourselves up, though. Cast True Polymorph, making yourself a copy of Chaos Confetti. I don't really see that. I see you become... Copy target artifact or creature. Sorry, target artifact or creature becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature. You don't copy Chaos Confetti. At least we are not the Chaos Confetti ever. You can tear up the Chaos Confetti to destroy the library, which is us, so we can blow ourselves up. But I don't see how we're doing. I don't see how we're tearing ourselves up because we are not the Chaos Confetti, and we never did. Or unless. Put yourself 7th from the top, balancing the cards. Yeah, we are in the deck, but we are not literally the Chaos Confetti, as far as I understand this combo. So I don't know if it actually works. The library becomes a copy of Chaos Confetti. Target artifact or creature becomes a copy of another target artifact. Oh, I see. So Chaos Confetti on the battlefield, because it is an artifact, becomes a copy of the damn library that we animated, which includes ourselves, and then we sacrifice. I get it. Okay, cool. It only took like 5 minutes, but I guess we figured it out. Okay, more combos. Okay, we got Nola here. Voltaic Construction and an Overflowing Chalice. Voltaic Construction. Sorry, Construct. Voltaic Construct. And Overflowing Chalice. I guess one day we need to have, like, bad, what is Overflowing Chalice? Why didn't we see Overflowing Chalice? I thought it's called Overflowing Chalice. Oh, Everflowing Chalice is what it's called. Okay, we both screwed up. I always thought it was Overflowing Chalice. It's overflowing with mana. Okay, it's a 0 mana card, multi-kicker, enters the battlefield with charge counters on it equal to the kicker, and you tap it out of colorless for each charge counter on it. But then what is Voltaic Construct? Pay to untap target artifact. Ah, that is it's honestly not that bad. I mean, it's expensive to pull off, but if you have Everflowing Chalice for 2 or more, you either have infinite untaps or you net yourself some mana around there, so it's actually pretty good. Okay, next up, we'll go with Majra as a Rot Lung Reanimator. I didn't know you played with real cards, Majra. I didn't know that was your thing. I thought you played with 100% made-up custom cards. Conspiracy. Ashnod's Altar. Where's my bingo card? We have hit the Ashnod's Altar. And any other creature, Zulaport Cutthroat. I swear, we've probably seen this combo. Something very similar to this on the show before. Alright, so where do we start this combo off? No! Okay, get Rot Lung Reanimator, 3 mana, 2/2. This is the new spice to this combo. Whenever Rot Lung Reanimator or another cleric is put into a graveyard from play, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token into play. Alright, so clerics die, we get a zombie. Next we have Conspiracy. As Conspiracy comes into play, choose a creature type. Creature cards you own that aren't in play, creature spells you control, and creatures you control are the chosen type. And I assume we're going to name, I'm assuming we're going to name Cleric. So basically, everything's a cleric. Even the zombie that's on the battlefield is a cleric. Oh, and then it won't make... Whenever Reanimator or another cleric is put into the graveyard. Ah! So we just need one zombie on the battlefield. It's a cleric. We keep sacrificing that zombie, and we'll continue to make zombies because a cleric left the battlefield and we put a zombie in play. Then we have Ashnod's Altar to sacrifice that zombie. And then, yeah, we don't even need this card, but sure, Zulaport Cutthroat. Whenever Zulaport Cutthroat, another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. That's one way of finishing them off. Okay, next up, Corbinick says, we should have episodes called Good Combos that don't actually work, just to test my rules knowledge. Yeah, good combos that don't work, and I have to... Wait, you're gonna force me to figure out... Whoops, you're gonna force me to figure out exactly which ones are working, which ones don't. And I won't be able to explain to you why. It's not like I'm gonna quote the rule book or anything like that. Arcanus Ultra! Keisha the Tide Star. See, Arcanus, you can't say that I didn't see you today. I definitely saw you. Keisha the Tide... Was it Kaiga? There's no such thing. Okay, yeah, it's definitely Kaiga, because this is the Tide Star. There's, like, only one Tide Star out there. Please, people, give me the right names. Confuse the hell out of me. Blade of Shared Souls. Pure Steel Paladin. What's Pure Steel Paladin have anything to do with this? Okay, so the idea is we cast the blade, targeting Kaiga. Oh, see, you knew how to spell Kaiga. Steal opponent's creature, equip blade to new creature, copying Kaiga who dies, repeat. Alright, so we cast Kaiga. And then we can, which says flying. When it dies, you gain control of a target creature. Then we have the Blade of Shared Souls. For Mirrodin, when the equipment enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 red rebel creature token and attach this to it. But when it becomes attached to a creature, for as long as Blade of Shared Souls remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of another target creature you control. So, so steal opponent. What does this work? How does this work? So, cast Blade, target Kiga, steal opponent's creature. How the hell did that happen? When it dies, gain control of target creature. Equip Blade to new creature, copying Keiga, who dies. Why does it ever die? When it becomes attached to a creature, for as long as Blade's souls remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy. Instructions unclear! Oh, the legend rule? When it becomes a 2/2 rebel creature token. Whenever Blade of Shared Souls becomes attached to a creature, for as long as Blade of Shared Souls remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy. Ah, okay. So we legend rule away the Keiga, which will work. And then next, step 2. Okay, so we stole something. We stole something, right? Steal opponent's creature. See, there was a step in there missing. The legend rule creature dies. Okay, so we steal opponent's creature. Equip Blade to new creature, copying Keiga. Ah, and so we basically steal all our opponent's stuff until they have nothing left. What the hell is the Pure Steel Paladin for? Oh, just the equip 0? If you have enough artifacts in play, which we don't at the moment. But I guess we could. We could absolutely have that happen. Yeah, we legend ruled the token. I understand. We legend ruled the token away. Or whatever creature that Blade of Shared Souls keeps equipping to. Killing off all our opponent's creatures and leaving them with nothing. Absolutely nothing. Big Bone Records with the double vision. Storm Conduit. Thank you so much for giving me explanations. Because I can't figure this out all by myself. Mythos of Elunda, or Aluna, and Elrond's Epiphany times 4. Elrond's Epiphany times 4 equals infinite turns. We need 4 of these. Elrond's is it Epiphany? It is, okay, it was called I don't know why it didn't show up. Okay, so we have Elrond's Epiphany. Okay, so how does this work? I don't even know how this works. You gave me no explanations. We gotta figure it out by ourselves here. Double Vision, 5-mana enchantment. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, copy the spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. And then we have Conduit of Storms. It's a 3-mana 2/3 werewolf with whenever Conduit of Storms attacks, add red to your mana pool at the beginning of your next main phase this turn. You can also transform it into the Conduit of Emrakul. When it attacks, you add double colorless. Maybe we just want the red. Add red to your mana pool at the beginning of the next main. I really have no idea what this is for. Then we have Mythos of Aluna, which is 4 mana sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target permanent. If red-green was spent to cast this spell, instead create a token that's a copy of that permanent, except the token has when this permanent enters the battlefield, it's a creature. It fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. And then lastly, we have Elrond's Epiphany, which for 7 mana, create 2 1/1 bird creature tokens with flying. Take an extra turn after this one. Exile Elrond's Epiphany. I have no idea what this does. This is just a bunch of nonsense to me. If you don't explain your combo that's 4 more cards, I'm giving you the Titanic song. It's a rule now. These cards can interact in so many different ways that I'm not figuring this out on the first try. So you copy your double vision with Mythos, and you copy Mythos with Ral. Where's Ral? Who said there was Ral anywhere? Oh, hold on. Oh, were we looking at Ral's? Oh, I didn't. You said Ral Storm Conduit. Oh, that makes everything completely different. I looked at the wrong card here. Sorry about that. Okay, it's not your fault. It's my fault. Ral Storm Conduit is, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Ral Storm Conduit deals 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. And then -2 whenever you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Damn it, we just looked at a bunch of nonsense for no reason. And then we have the Aluna card, the Mythos of Aluna. So that we're going to copy, create a token that's a copy of target permanent. I guess we're going to copy... We can't copy the Planeswalker, right? And then we get Elrond's Epiphany. Okay, now with that in mind, okay, you copy the Double Vision with Mythos. Then you copy Mythos with Ral, and you keep cloning the Double Vision, and then you play Elrond's Epiphany to get extra turns. Thank you very much. God damn it. When there's like a big wall of text, it's hard to get through everything. Emperor, thank you so much for your gigantic super chat. Karn Liberated. The more cards you have in your combo, the higher rate for error. The Chain Veil. Voltaic Key. 9 mana of any type. That's great. Barren Glory. As the only card in your own hand. +4 Karn, target yourself. Use Veil. Plus self again. Untap Veil again. Okay, hold on. Let's look at this. Okay, this is actually a bit funny. So Karn Liberated has this ability, +4, target player exiles a card from their hand. So you're going to target your Barren Glory. And I guess the idea is you're going to reset the game, leaving to exile all the cards. And then you're going to start the game. Hold on, but you're going to have a hand, though, aren't you? Barren Glory with no cards in hand, you win the game. Okay, hold on. So what exactly does this do? +4 Karn, target yourself. Use Veil. +4 self again. They keep Veil. Hold on. Oh, so you're not going to restart the game. So, Veil says, at the beginning of your end step, if you didn't activate a loyalty ability of a Planeswalker this turn, you lose 2 life. Pay 4, tap. For each Planeswalker you control, you may activate one of its loyalty abilities once this turn, as though none of its loyalty abilities have been activated this turn. So, effectively, you want to do this twice. Key, untap, Veil. So, the Voltaic Key will untap the Veil. Veil again, -14 Karn, mulligan to... Oh! It's like, how on earth do you win with this? That is insane! What a victory! I love this. Oh my god, that is an incredible combo. So we're gonna put the Barren Glory under the Karn Liberated, and then activate it enough times to get to -14 with Voltaic Key. We're gonna reset the game. Mulligan to 0! 0! We'll have no cards in our hand, and Barren Glory says at the beginning of your upkeep, which is the start of the game. You're gonna have no other permanents than Barren Glory. This is the most creative victory with Barren Glory I ever heard of. Ever. I love it. Might be the best combo ever in this show. Ever. The best bad combo. And we've been doing this show for years now. Just years. Okay, next up, let's take a look at David Sampson's The Enigma Jewel. And then Spawning Pit. People with your 4 or 5 card combos. Magistrate Scepter. And Gemstone Array. Plus any permanent with an activated ability. So this is technically a 5 card combo. Crafted all together, plus 2 mana, plus sack, equals infinite turns. Oh, come on. You didn't explain anything here. Okay, the Enigma Jewel enters battlefield tap. Tap to add double colorless. Cast the spell only to activate abilities. It also has craft with 4 or more non-lands with activated abilities, blue, and an 8. Spawning Pit. Sack a creature, put a charge counter on Spawning Pit. Pay 1 mana, remove 2 charge counters from Spawning Pit. Put a 2/2 colorless spawn artifact creature token onto the battlefield. Magistrate Scepter. 4 mana tap, put a charge counter on Magistrate Scepter. Then you tap, remove 3 charge counters from Magistrate Scepter. Take an extra turn after this one. Gemstone Array. Pay 2. Put a charge counter on Gemstone Array. So I guess you can put counters on it, remove a charge counter from Gemstone Array, add mana to your mana pool. I mean, I sort of get it. But instructions unclear. If anyone can figure that out, that's good. Congratulations. Okay, let's get one from Christopher B. You just have a 2-card combo. Conspiracy and Spawnshire. Interesting how Conspiracy is like the quintessential bad combo card. Okay, Conspiracy and Spawnshire. Annihilator 1. Pay 4. Put 2 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens onto the battlefield. They have sacrificed this creature, add 1 to your mana pool. Pay 20. Cast any number of Eldrazi cards you own from outside the game without paying their mana cost. Oh! So you can like you can cast anything. Anything at all. Everything is an Eldrazi. Basically cast the entire creature library of Magic the Gathering, and boom, it's all over. Very interesting. Okay, we got Deck Dr. Caviar. Thank you very much. Shabraz, the Sky Shark. Healing Salve. That is definitely a bad card in general. And Drog Skull Reaver. I also like to live dangerously. Oh, you do you? Well, no explanation, but it's a 3-card combo, so hopefully it's easy enough to figure it out. We've got Shabraz the Sky Shark, 5 mana, 3/3, partner with Browlin. Flying. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Shabraz the Sky Shark, and you gain 1. You gain a singular life point. Also for Azorius, target human gains flying until end of turn. Healing Salve. Choose 1. Target player gains 3 life. Prevent the next 3 damage that will be dealt to target creature or player this turn. And then lastly, you have Drog Skull Reaver for 7 mana. It's a 3/5. Flying Double Strike Lifelink. Whenever you gain life, you draw a card. Okay, so you want to gain 3 life. You're going to draw 3 cards. That's a combo by itself. What does this card do? Whenever you draw a card, put a counter on Shabraz, and you gain 1. Oh! You gain... Don't you, like, lose all the cards in your library? So, like, when you put a counter on... You have to put a counter on it. You have to gain 1 life. And if you gain 1 life, you draw a card. And then if you draw a card, you put a counter on it. Yeah, don't you die? I don't know how to stop this. Good game. You decked yourself out. Yeah, exactly. Hey, it is a bad combo but hey, it is a bad combo that actually works. No one said you have to win the game around here. It combos off. Hopefully, before you deck yourself with the trigger on the stack, you have some means of winning at instant speed by flashing in a Laboratory Maniac or something. Exactly. That's why I said I also like to live dangerously. Yeah, some of us would like to live dangerously. Okay, Alan Baird, my favorite combo is Sky... Sorry, not Sky. Seer, Conrad, Mind Crank, Blood Chief's Ascension. Okay, Blood Chief's Ascension is a black enchantment. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent lost 2 or more life this turn, you can put a quest counter on your Blood Chief Ascension. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, if Blood Chief's Ascension has 3 or more quest counters on it, you may have that player lose 2 life and you gain 2 life. So you do need some like quest counters on here. Whenever an opponent loses life, that player mills that many cards. And then Seer Conrad says, whenever another creature dies, or a creature is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Seer Conrad deals 1 damage to each opponent. Also, you have 2 mana to each player mills a card. Is there a way this just chains? So if they lose life, they mill that many cards. But I don't understand. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent lost 2 or more life, you may put a quest counter. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere. So if we got this ticked up to maximum, they're going to lose 2 life. Ah, I get it. Okay, so that's the combo. And if they lose 2 life, they mill that many cards. And if they mill that many cards, then they lose life. That is infinite. That checks out. All right, you heard the music. It's time to thank today's sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. If you love the new Fallout Commander decks, check them out while you can at FusionGamingOnline.com. I have no idea how long these things are out for. Also, deal of the week this week, save 15% off all Zendikar set singles. Hopefully you can combine Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger or Nissa Ravane into some sort of combo. We also have Jace the Mind Sculptor. Basically anything from Zendikar. Fetch land into Surveil land. That's a very good combo that actually works. And when you buy your combo cards from FusionGamingOnline.com, don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. If you want to test out a bad combo without actually spending any money, this is the way to do it. You play on Magic Online, you rent the deck, you see if the combo works enough for you, and if it does, then you buy the cards on paper. But you can rent using my Mana Traders link in the description below or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_ZUE for 10% off your first 2 months. Now back to the bad Magic the Gathering cards that actually work. The sponsors are not a bad combo. They work, that's right. Rent to see if you need to buy your deck. And then when you find the perfect deck, then you buy the cards and paper. The cards and paper. Okay, next up we'll go with Big Pogger. Never seen you around here, Big Pogger. Insidious Dreams. Insidious Dreams into Erratic Explosion plus Draco. Erratic Explosion. So we go boom. And then Draco. I assume the OG one. You didn't specify. Okay, Draco, 16 mana for a... Okay, forget this card. It's not particularly important. Insidious Dreams, a 4 mana instant. As an additional cost to play Insidious Dreams, discard X cards from your hand. Search your library for X cards, then shuffle your library and put those cards on top in any order. Then we got Erratic Explosion. Choose our creature or player. Reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. An Erratic Explosion deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost. To that creature or player, put the revealed cards on the bottom of your library in any order. So we are stacking the top of our deck with a Draco to smack our opponent for 16 damage. 1-on-1, this is pretty good. 1-on-4, especially in Commander with 40 life, a little bit awkward. A little bit awkward. Next super chat coming from King Ginger. Thank you very much. We got Jedit. Ojin and Mercenary. Then we have Ashaya. Soul of the Wild. And then Leyline of Singularity. And Concordant Crossroads. In Infinite ETB, it needs a payoff. So we can't even win with this thing as specified. Okay, Jedit. 3 mana for a 3/3 cat mercenary. When Jedit or another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay a green. If you do, create a 2/2 cat warrior token with Forest Walk. And then we have Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Non-token forests you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. So our tokens are now forests. And then Leyline of Singularity. If it's in your opening hand, you can begin with it in play. And all non-land permanents are legendary. Which means, hold on, what does this say? Power and toughness are equal to the non-token creatures you control are forest lands. Aren't we just blowing up all our own creatures? All creatures have haste. I don't get it. I don't get this thing at all. How does this work? There's the battlefield. You can pay a green. If you do, create a 2/2 cat warrior. Non-token creature. Okay, I'm giving you the Titanic sound effect here. You have been gifted the Titanic sound effect. Doesn't work. Non-token, so the tokens don't turn into forests anyway. Non-token creatures you control are... Oh, yeah. Oh, so these things don't even turn into... the tokens don't even turn into forests anyway. So only my Ashaya and my Jedit actually turns into tokens. So does this just not work? Even then, I don't get it. All non-land permanents are legendary. So all my tokens are legendary. Do you have an explanation? King Ginger. Can you explain yourself here? You blew it. Okay, sounds good enough for me. Moving on. Who didn't get one yet? Definitely gonna give precedence to people who hasn't gotten one yet. I don't think your friendly neighborhood got one. Yeah, Bloodthrown Vampire. Plus random creature. Well, let's give Jedit another chance. Jedit didn't get a chance to be part of any combo. Fake your own death. This is a real card? It is. Then Overrun? Give fake your own death to a random creature. Repeatedly sacrifice them with Vampire, then Overrun for Trample. How does this work? Okay, we have Bloodthrown Vampire. This is a 2-mana 1/1. Sack a creature, and you get +2. Bloodthrown Vampire gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So then we have a random creature. Then we're going to fake our own death. Until end of turn, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, and you create a tapped treasure token. So whatever. Okay, you fake the death of Jedit. It dies. It comes back. Then you overrun. But you only get it once, don't you? Like, you can't do this repeatedly. It will end. Give you repeatedly sacrifice them. Like, isn't it just like a new creature once it hits the graveyard? Like, doesn't it remove all the state-based effects? So you give fake your own death to Jedit, but it's gonna die. How is it infinite? Damn it! You can't sacrifice it. It comes back, but then it doesn't have that ability anymore. The instant stays. It doesn't stay. It doesn't work. No, the instant doesn't stay. Once it hits the graveyard, it's gone. Oh my god, we have two combos that don't actually work at the same time. It was almost interesting, though. No, the combo doesn't stay. Sorry about that. What happens is when you play Fake Your Own Death, it's not like the text is on the creature. Although when it dies, it does trigger, and then it comes back and it's just a completely new creature again. Yeah, it's not alchemy where it perpetually gets it. Unless it says strictly that it perpetually gets it. Okay. With that, let's look at a super chat, I guess. Let's look at Yo-Yo. Thank you very much, Yo-Yo. Turn Timber Ranger. Don't worry, we're all learning things today. We're learning things. Sometimes we get combos, sometimes we get a pile of soup. That's why I get you guys to explain your combos. We need 3 of them? No, we need Turn Timber Ranger and just Xenographed. Alright, how does this work? We got a blue 4 generic enchantment. As it enters the battlefield, we're going to choose a creature type. And each creature you control is the chosen type in addition to its other creature types. So it's like at the blue conspiracy. Turn Timber Ranger is a 5-mana 2/2. Whenever Turn Timber Ranger or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield. If you do, put a counter on Turn Timber Ranger. Oh! The wolf will be an ally and will infinitely make... So whenever Turn Timber Ranger or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a 2/2 green wolf. So yeah, you can make infinite... and it says may, so you instantaneously make infinite... Do I have a good sound effect for infinite? Not really. Here. It starts off small, and then in the end, you're gonna have a million. Basically, as many wolf allies as you want on the battlefield, and Turn Timber Ranger will be infinitely as big as you want. No, the game will end. You said when it enters the battlefield, you may put a 2/2 green wolf. You can stop it at some point. You can say, you know what, I've had enough. You know, this is my 12th shot of vodka. We're gonna end it right here. So this actually does work. Nice combo, Yo-Yo. The cha-ching sound for infect? I don't know. I like that for money or for drawing cards or whatever. Okay, I don't think we got one from Skirt here. For EDH. Let's be serious. These are all for EDH. Mirage Mirror. On the field, and then when they cast a creature while their commander is exiled by the mirror, respond with Retract. Commander exiled forever. Really? Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so what the Mirage Mirror says, Mirage Mirror, pay 3, artifact, pay 2. Mirage Mirror becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn. How does this work? Return all artifacts you control to their owner's hands? I don't get this. When it's on the field, when they cast a creature, while their commander is exiled by the mirror. Does it get exiled? I thought it just copies it. Becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn. This is Mirage Mirror, right? Mirage Mirror. It doesn't exile anything. What is going on here? I think you can't exile. Well, you can't force them to exile it. You can always go to the command zone. Not the Mirage Mirror, a different mirror? Then what mirror? Hold on, let's look up. Okay, we have to look up more mirrors then. Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, which will exile commanders all? I don't know which one it is. Mirror box? Well, I don't know what it is. I wasn't given the right card, so moving on. We're gonna go take a look at a super chat from Alpha Nerd. Thank you very much, Alpha Nerd. Zerda, the Dawn something. Big mana thingy. Pyromancy. In hand have Emrakul, Earthquake, Dragon, and Draco. What? What? Emrakul. Okay, we need Emrakul. I'm assuming the Aeon's Torn. Or I guess a legal Emrakul if you need to play it. Earthquake, Dragon. And then the original Draco. We're filling our hand with a lot of really expensive stuff. We need mana. A lot of mana. You reduce Pyromancy cost with Zerda, discard hand, and burn down the opponent. If this works, this is wild. My Kingdom for a combo that actually works today. Okay, we have a 3 mana, 3/3 elemental fox. Companion, each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. Oh, so you're just not gonna have this as a companion. You just play it in your deck. Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This ability can't reduce the mana that in that cost to less than 1. Pay 1, tap, target creature can't block this turn. What is even the point of that activated ability at the end? Pyromancy. We have enchantment 3. Discard a card at random. Pyromancy deals 3. Discard a card at random. Pyromancy deals to target creature or player damage equal to the total casting cost of the discarded card. So the idea is it's gonna cost what? 1 less? So we have 3 mana. Sorry, we had 4 mana to cast this. We'll have at least 3 mana to activate this thing 3 times. And we'll discard our Emrakul, our Earthquake Dragon, and our Draco to deal a total of, what is this? 16 plus 15, so that's 31. Yeah, 31. It's a billion. It's over 40 life. So, and even we don't even need this one. We'll just hit someone for 1 shot. Actually, technically 3 shots. Today's incredible offer is free buzzers for everyone. I know. Confirm that your stuff works, people. Confirm that your stuff works. Okay, we'll look at the next one. Or are we at Super Chat Central now? Okay, hold on. I'll look at one more free one. Because this is one of those shows that goes to like... it goes to like 3 hours if I don't go through all the Super Chats. Okay, who has not got a combo? I don't know who got one. Pegman, did you get one? I can't remember. I'll give you one anyway. Wall of Blood. Disgusting. Harmless Offering. And Mindslaver. Here I gift you this way of paying life. Now you will pay all your life. I remember someone dying to their own Spellskite when they got Mindslaved. Ah, interesting. So Wall of Blood, a 3 mana 0/2. Pay 1 life. The Wall of Blood gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So we're going to donate it to them with Harmless Offering. Target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. And then Mindslaver them, take control of their turn, and basically pay all their life possible to pump up the Wall of Blood to absolute death. That's a bad combo that actually works. All right, let's get through Super Chats. We got Zazo Joe with Donate, Nefarious Lich, and Boomerang. You mean Boomerang the Lich? Donate. Basically, the blue harmless offering. Nefarious Lich. Is it Lich or Leech? Or Leich? I don't know how to pronounce this thing. And then we've got Boomerang. For boomers. Okay, this should be easy enough. So, donate, give someone something, then, oh, we're gonna give them the Lich. It's a 4 mana enchantment. If you would be dealt damage, remove that many cards in your graveyard from the game. If you can't, you lose the game. If you would gain life, draw that many cards. When it leaves play, you lose the game. And then we're just gonna bounce it. Simple as that. It's in blue-black, people. It's on color, on brand. I love it. Rhymes with itch, so it is Lich. Lich it is. Get it right, Nikachu. Harmless offering is the red donate. I know. Donate came first. Came from Urza's Saga. Okay. I don't recognize Why Not One. Let's show some love to Why Not One with their combo. Necrotic Ooze. On the battlefield. In the graveyard, we need the Cackling Imp. Cinderhaze Wretch. And a Grim Puppet. Puppet? Unironically played this combo in a Demon Lord Belzenlock CEDH deck. This is CEDH playable. Okay, Necrotic Ooze, 4 mana for 4/3. It's while it's on the battlefield, it has all activated abilities of all creature cards in the graveyards, which is one of them is going to be the Cackling Imp. And as tap, target player loses 1 life. That's really weird that you need this in play, but this in the graveyard. Cinderhaze Wretch. Tap, target player discards a card, plays ability only during your turn, and put a -1/-1 counter on Cinderhaze Wretch. Untap Cinderhaze Wretch. Oh, so this thing can also go in the graveyard, giving you the ability to... Hold on, how we untap it? Target player discards a card. Put him on. Oh no, we just put a -1/-1 counter on this thing, and it just gets bigger. And the last card is Grim Poppet. Comes into play with 3 -1/-1 counters on it, but you can remove a counter from Grim Poppet to put a -1/-1 counter on another target creature. So basically, we can keep removing the counters from Necrotic Ooze. Don't we have to dump it somewhere else? Oh, I guess you could have them all on the stack though. And then tap, making the opponent loses 1 life. Untap it by putting a counter on it, but in response, tap, make someone lose life, and then keep doing it for forever. I think it requires 1 extra creature in play. But it works! I played this in an extended tournament back in the day. That's a long time ago. Didn't even know that was extended playable. King Ginger, are you here to redeem yourself? We've got Peregrine Took. This is a new combo. You don't even have commas between your cards. You rush this thing out. Nuka-Cola. The next competitor to Coca-Cola. And vending machine extruder. That's so weird. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, you got, sorry. Extruder. I thought it was called vending machine extruder. That's why I need the commas, people. I need the commas. I think all the cards are blending into each other. Okay, how does this start? Peregrine Took, 3 mana, 2/3. Loves his foods. Loves his Nuka-Cola for his breakfast, second breakfast, and everything else. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus an additional food token are created instead. Sacrifice 3 foods, you draw a card. Nuka-Cola machine. Pay 1 tap, create a food token. Whenever you sacrifice a food, create a tapped treasure token. Okay, so if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus an additional food. So we get 2 foods, basically what it is. I make 1 food, I get 2. Whenever you sacrifice a food, create a tapped treasure token. Then we have Extruder. Sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Okay, I don't know what this is. What does this even do? This is not put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Does this help us? 1 or more tokens. Sacrifice 3 foods. Explain yourself, King Ginger. Explain. How is this combo? Yeah, give the opponent diabetes. probably what this card does. Okay, we sack a food to get treasure because you get treasures when you get the food, and you sack all to the extruder. But how do we net anything out of this? So I activate this once, right? I get to activate this once. I made a food token, which means we get 2 food tokens. I can't even sacrifice the food. Whenever 1 or tokens are created under your control. Oh, okay, so if I can sack 3 foods, I get 3 treasures. And then... yeah, okay, so I get... so, but I need enough... okay, now I think I get it. I have... if we sack the foods, we get... we need 3 foods, though. So we sacrifice 3 foods, we get 3 treasures. 3 treasures means we get 3 foods. We sack those 3 foods to get 3 treasures. Ah, we get infinite. So I need to start with... whenever 1 of our tokens come into play under your control, those tokens plus additional food are created instead. We are a counter... we're like missing one thing. I create 1 food token. And then I'm going to get those tokens plus an additional food token. Oh, okay, so we get 3 foods. Okay, it actually works. I get it. Okay, we made 1 food token. Peregrine Took says we get a food token plus something else. Those tokens plus an additional food token are created instead. Hold on, no, it says instead. 1 or more tokens are created. I don't get it. Okay, the dude sacks a single food to make... where does the food come from? That's the problem. I understand that part. But we need more food. Okay, the extruder lets you sack the first food for free to get it off the ground. To make a token. So I made a food. This thing says sack an artifact. So we sack... so, okay, I got a food. The food creates another food. So I can sack, I guess, 2 food to make artifact to get 2 more food, but I'm still missing. The treasure from Nuka-Cola creates a food with Took. No, I understand that. But it just replaces the token. I just don't know where the 3rd food comes from. When you sack food, you get treasure. I get that. Okay, here's my problem with the combo. I don't know where the 3 food come from. The original 3 food. So let's look at this card. I don't care if I spend 20 minutes on this. I don't care. We pay 1, tap, create a food token. Maybe this is like an obvious combo to the commander players. We don't need 3 foods. Oh, we only need 1. Oh, that's the key. We only need... screw this last line over here. It's completely useless. We don't need to sacrifice 3 foods. So we just make 1 food. We sacrifice it to make a treasure token. The treasure token will make a food, which we perpetually sacrifice. Ah, that's what I was missing here. Yeah, I thought we... you know, this... I was just so hellbent thinking that this combo depended on drawing... or activating this to trigger it all, but it doesn't. We just need 1 food, and it does the rest. Okay, cool. We figured it out. And by we, I mean me. I figured it out, eventually. Russian Serpentine. Hermetic Study. With Basilisk Collar. And Horseshoe Crab. Interesting how popular Horseshoe Crab is in this game. They haven't even reprinted it a million times, but you combo players, you love that Horseshoe Crab. Huh, okay, and it's just pay a blue, untap your Horseshoe Crab. Then we've got Basilisk Collar, equipped creature has Death Touch and Lifelink, and also Hermetic Study, 2-mana aura. Enchanted creature has tap. This creature deals 1 damage to any target. How does that work? Okay, I get it. So we're going to put this on the Horseshoe Crab. We're going to tap it to deal 1 damage to any target. We're going to gain life. And he even deals Death Touch. I guess this is just a combo, and it's not infinite or anything. You just pay blue and you untap your Horseshoe Crab to kill more things. Yeah, just 1 mana, snipe thing. You basically snipe things off. Enemy spotted. Discount Gobbo Sharpshooter. Exactly. It's crab time. Okay, next up we've got Dr. Caviar. Thank you very much for your super chat. Vorinclex. The monstrous one. Morden Caden. Okay, Morden Kanan. The -10. Veto! Oops. Veto Thorn. And Gerard's Wisdom. Win for just W with white, white, blue, blue, black, green, green, 12. Hopefully not too late in the game. Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so how does this thing play out? So we have, okay, Vornklex. Which one of these? It's like if you would put a counter on a permanent or player, you put twice that many of those counters. And I'm assuming that's how somehow goes well with Morden Kanan to get to -10. Exchange your hand and library, then shuffle. You get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. You got your whole deck in the palm of your hand. Then we have Veto. Whenever you gain life, your opponent loses that much life, and creatures you control can have lifelink until end of turn. And Gerard's Wisdom. You gain 2 life for each card in your hand. Oh my goodness! I wouldn't say this is broken, but so you gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand. Honestly, Vornklex I don't think was necessary. It wasn't necessary to explain here. Could have just been Morden Kanan, Veto, and Gerard's Wisdom, and that was good enough. Yeah, Vornklex is just a that's not necessary. I mean, you could have given me the whole deck if you wanted to. Although I would have I appreciate these combos down to the bare minimum. I don't want to read Vornklex and try to interpret this thing. What does this Vornklex do in this combo? What is its purpose? There must be a reason. After all, they told it to me. Okay, Spectral Maniac, thank you very much for your super chat. There's a bad take on a good combo. Micaeus. The Unhallowed. Plus Putrid Goblin. And Marauding Raptor. To draw the game. Who needs to win the game when we can draw the game out? So, Micaeus says, whenever a human deals damage to you, destroy it. Other non-human creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Undying. Then we have Putrid Goblin with Persist. What, it's gonna have Persist and Undying? That is so weird. So... Oh, so it's going to perpetually come into play with a counter and a -1/-1 counter, and then perpetually, like, deal damage? Or it's whenever it comes back, it will have no counters on it. And then we have Marauding Raptor. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Marauding Raptor deals 2 damage to it. If a dinosaur is dealt damage this way, Marauding Raptor gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So effectively, the Putrid Goblin will continuously be hitting itself over and over again until, you know, the time, like, for eternity. The Putrid Goblin is an absolute hell at the moment. Complete hell. Okay, next super chat. Sorry to everybody suggesting in the freebie section. We have too many super chats or this show goes for forever. Basically, halfway through, I have to get through super chats. Unless someone screws up or donates, then we'll look at one from the freebie section. Okay, Ecos, Protector of the Crown and Heart of Light. Protector of the Crown. Heart of Light. I like the 2-card combos. I can understand them. 6 mana for a 2/5. Enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. As you'd like to, Your Majesty. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to Protector of the Crown instead. But then we've got Heart of Light, the enchantment aura, enchanted creature, prevent all damage that would be dealt to and dealt by enchanted creature. So you're indestructible, basically. The Protector of the Crown easily will protect the crown. Combo discussions seem to be a very popular topic. Oh, people love their combos. Absolutely love them. Zarthar, me plus Nika stream equals money. So broken. Thank you very much, Zarthar. Okay, with that super chat, we will donate it. Okay, so who has not got a combo? Okay, Jess said you didn't get a combo yet. Sliver Overlord. Sliver Overlord. Shields of Velasvel. There's a lot of Velasvel cards. Zerda. You can turn opponents' creatures into slivers and steal them for each mana. Ooh. Ooh. Sliver Overlord. You can pay 3, gain control of target sliver. And then the Shields of Velasvels is a changeling that says creatures target player controls get +0/+1 and gain all creature types until end of turn. And if you have enough mana, especially since Zerda reduces the cost by 2, which means for 1 mana you can swipe everything that they have from the battlefield and you give them to you. That's a hell of a combo. Your opponents aren't going to be so happy when you steal all their creatures. Your slivers now become part of the hive mind. Okay, next up. Ecos. Pariah, Stuffy Doll, Sigarda's Aid. Sigarda's Aid? How does that make this combo interesting? Pariah, enchanted creature, all damage is dealt to enchanted creature. Then we have Stuffy Doll. Indestructible, of course. Yeah, and all damage that would be dealt. So you choose a player. Whenever Stuffy Doll is dealt damage, deals that much damage to the chosen player. And then you can deal 1 damage to itself. And then what you want, Sigarda's Aid? So what, you're going to flash in. You can cast Aura and equipment spells as though they had flash. Whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you can attach it to target creature you control. So I guess the idea is if someone's going to attack you for lethal, you do the old Pariah, and then all damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchanted creature instead, which then will deal it to somebody else. Thought you were coming after me? Well, instead the Stuffy Doll is going to come after you, but it's going to be a surprise. Usually it's not. It's a Stuffy Doll, Pariah, boring, but then you have you got Sigarda's Aid in the mix, and then all of a sudden this combo is sort of surprise tactic. You're not going to see it coming. Next up, we've got Almond. Thank you very much, Almond, for the super chat. Farmer Cotton. This is real. Oh, there is. Farmer Cotton. Okay, Cloudstone Curio. Krark Clan Ironworks. And Academy Manufacturer. Pay at least 2 for X of Cotton, infinite tokens, use treasure for green-white. So the way this is going to work... Okay, Farmer Cotton enters the battlefield, create X 1/1 white halfling creature tokens and X food tokens. So we have to pay for at least 2. Now, Cloudstone Courier says whenever a non-token... whenever a non-artifact permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you may return another permanent you control that shares a permanent type with it to its owner's hand. So with the halflings coming into play, we can return Farmer Cotton back to our hand. Now we can sacrifice the artifacts, because it comes into artifacts, right? So we create X 1/1 white halflings, and we create X food tokens. Now the food tokens can be sacrificed to Krark Clan Ironworks for 2 mana each. And then Academy Manufacturer says whenever you create a food token, you're also going to create a clue and treasure token, so that you'll at least get 2 of each of these every single time we made the foods, which we can all sacrifice, and also sacrifice the treasure tokens, the 2 treasures that we get to consistently make the green and the white. Thank you very much for the explanation. So we have infinite tokens, infinite mana on the battlefield. Sweet. Slack Wellman, I'm capped at 50 characters, so I'll send it regular. No! Donate more money. That is how this works. You have more characters when you donate more money. I'm capped at... I have no idea where you're... Okay, Slack Wellman. Oh, we finally got it. Okay, I see it here. Okay, Ravika. Wizard Savant. You know, you can have like just Ravika Wizard. That's enough for me. So long as it's correct. Strionic Resonator. And Sands of Time. Happens at your upkeep. I'm surprised you cannot put that in a super chat. I'm very surprised you can't put that in a super chat. All right, this is actually, okay, this is a unique combo because we've never seen anything like this before. 4 mana, 0/1, tap. It deals 2 damage to target creature or player and doesn't untap during your untap step. But then we have the Resonator. Pay 2, tap, copy your triggered ability. You control, you may choose new targets. So what are we doing? We're dealing another 2 damage? That's so weird. Sands of Time. Each player skips their untap step at the beginning of each player's turn. Untap each tapped artifact, creature, and land they control, and tap each untapped artifact, creature, and land they control. I don't get it. I don't get it. We deal 2 damage to target creature or player, and it doesn't untap during your untap step. Copy target triggered ability. It wasn't even a triggered ability. It was an activated ability. You may choose new targets. Deals 2 damage. This is an activated ability, not triggered. Next is each player skips their untap phase, which I don't think benefits you. But then we get to untap each tapped artifact? I don't get it. 2 damage is an activated ability, not a triggered ability. Infinite untaps, infinite pings with Ravika. How do you even come to that conclusion? At the beginning of each player's turn, untap each tapped artifact, creature, and land they control. That's it. You only get it once, though. They're gonna untap. See, they untap, and then you can tap it again, but that's it. Oh, you copy the Sands of Time trigger. Oh, this was the triggered ability. Ah! Okay, so we copy Sands of Time with the Strionic Resonator. See, the Strionic Resonator should have been the 3rd card in this combo. At the beginning of each player's turn, untap each... Wait, don't you have to wait until next turn to make this work? Copy with Resonator untaps. At the beginning of each player's turn, untap each... My problem is, like, how do you make this trigger again? Would that work? You copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for it. Does this... Okay, if that works the way you guys are saying it, it sounds so weird. Because this is like... it is a triggered ability. Beginning of each player's turn. Oh, I guess it triggered. You copy it, and it'll just say at the beginning of each player's turn, untap each tapped artifact, creature, and land they control, and tap each untapped artifact, creature, and land they control. So you trigger it, and then you get Strionic Resonator again, and you get all your lands, and you go for infinite. Okay, cool. Apparently it worked. Okay, I'm gonna trust you guys. That was a hard one to wrap around my head. This is like one of those combos I gotta see it actually work in practice. King Ginger again with the Nuka-Cola combos. This time with Nuka-Cola and Academy Manufacturer plus KCI? Nuka-Cola, Nuka-Cola, Nuka-Cola. They should have the Nuka-Cola challenge. Is it better than Coca-Cola? Academy Manufacturer. And then Clark Clan Ironworks. Clark Clan Iron. This should be easy enough. Okay, we make a food. That's easy enough. We made one food. We made a billion other things. Then with that one food, we create a clue, food, and treasure in replacement of that one thing. Whenever you sacrifice a food, create a tap treasure token. We will sacrifice the food from here with Clark Clan Ironworks to make a treasure token, but then we're going to make a clue, food, and treasure instead. For infinite tokens, infinite everything. Infinite mana, infinite card draw, because with infinite mana, we can draw our entire deck. This is great. Sorry, this is one of the... I will get... Okay, hold on. I think there was a donated super chat. Slack Wellman donated. All right, so for people who didn't get their cards or their combos, Slack Wellman donated for 2 combos. We'll start with Cybele. Or Satibel. Waves of Aggression. There's a point in this show. It's just like... Oops. Waves of Aggression. This is the type of show that goes on forever if we let it. And what was your other card? Borborygmos! Enraged. How many enraged cards are there? Not many. We said bad combos. Absolutely we said bad combos. We love the bad combos around here. Okay, this is a 4 mana 7/6. Deals combat damage to a player. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. You can also discard a land card. Borborygmos Enraged deals 3 damage to any target. Waves of Aggression. Untap all creatures that attack this turn. After this main phase, there is an additional combat phase followed by additional main phase. And retrace. So hold on, we untap all creatures that attack this turn. There is an additional combat phase followed by additional main phase. I don't really see the combo here. Reveal the top cards, discard a card. There's no combo here. I mean, you get another attack with your Borborygmos. It's like, it's more synergy than anything. You may play this card from your graveyard by... Oh, the retrace! You discard a land card. No, this is great. Yeah, you retrace. You may discard a land card, which of course is what Borborygmos will do over and over and over again. But you have to pay for it, don't you? Whatever, it's good enough. I like that one. You got one skipped over? Okay, I'll look over, Mika. Was that... It wasn't a super... No, don't worry. We're going to get to your super chat. All the super chats will get done. We will get through every super chat, I promise. The show will not end until we get through all the super chats. But we had a donation. So for all the people who didn't get a car or didn't get anything, okay, we'll go with Ryan C here. Don't think Ryan C got a card. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Rhythm of the Wild. Ether Geode. What the hell is this? Rhythm of the Wild. Ether Geode. When it loads. A minor. Exiled with the Cauldron plus Whirler. Virtuoso. Lots of energy and Thopters. Lots of... Okay. Agatha's Soul Cauldron will exile, apparently... What are we exiling with this? Ether Geode Minor exile. Okay, so the Ether Geode Minor is exiled with the Cauldron. And I guess we put it on the Rhythm of the Wild. Creature spells you control can't be countered. Non-token creatures you control have Riot. They enter the battlefield with your choice of a +1/+1 counter. So I assume all the creatures will enter the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter so that they have the Ether Geode Miner's ability. When it attacks, you get 2 energy, or you can pay 2 energy, exile Ether Geode Miner, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, which will also come into play with a counter on it. Then we have Whirler Virtuoso, which says, enters the battlefield with 3 energy, pay 3 energy, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying, which will come into play with a counter on it, which allows you to sacrifice it. No. We pay 2 energy. Huh? Okay, so how do we net more energy? Because, so we pay 2 energy to blink something, but then when we blink it, then what? Or are we blinking the Whirler? Oh, maybe we're blinking the Whirler Virtuoso. Ah, I see. So Whirler Virtuoso comes into play with a counter. We can blink it for 2 energy. Because effectively what this says, what the Ether Geode Miner says, is like blink this permanent, and then it comes back. So you get infinite energy. I see. And you get infinite tokens, and so on. Cool. Okay, next up. Pacers fan forever. Star of Extinction and Stuffy Doll. You gotta be kidding me. You really want to blow up that Stuffy Doll so bad. Destroy target land. Star of Extinction deals 20 damage to each creature and each planeswalker, including your Stuffy Doll. So basically what you're trying to tell me is, hold on, it deals 20 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. So at the same time, we're going to blow up the world, but at the same time, we're also going to send 20 damage to one person's face. That's how it works around here. Ecos, Firestorm, plus enter the infinites, need X targets. Okay. Firestorm. And enter the infinite. Needs X targets. Huh? Are you telling me to finish your combo off? Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand on top of your Draw, then put a... Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. Then put a card from your hand on top of your library. You have no maximum hand size until your next turn. Firestorm. Choose and discard X cards. Deals X damage to each of X target creatures and or players. Oh yeah, you just... That's it. No combo to explain here. Nice, clean, and simple. Just discard your deck that you just drew and hit them. This is an ultra classic combo. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me when someone puts the most basic combo ever. Do you know what's funny? This combo never showed up on the show. I don't recall Firestorm into Enter the Infinite. The real trick is trying to get either of them... The real trick is getting this thing in play in the first place. Next, we got Bryce. Xavier. Then we have Intruder Alarm. And Venser. Corpse Puppet. Okay, this is a 3-mana 3/3 human fungus pirate, Xavier. Tap, remove a counter from another permanent you control to populate. Tap, sacrifice another creature to proliferate. Activate both these abilities as a sorcery. Intruder Alarm. So we populate, creature comes into play, and we're going to untap all creatures we control, including the Xavier. So that's just infinite creatures just right then and there. And then we have, of course, Venser Corpse Puppet. It's a 2-mana 1/3 with lifelink Toxic 1. Whenever you proliferate, choose one. If you don't control a creature named the Hollowed Sentinel, create the Hollowed Sentinel, a 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature token. Target artifact creature you control gains life, flying, and lifelink until end of turn. So you can also start proliferating. Whenever you proliferate, you get a 3/3 Hollowed Sentinel, which will also untap everything, which lets you proliferate for eternity. Does that go anywhere? Also, this has Toxic 1, so you deal 1 Toxic to somebody, you can proliferate them to absolute death. We have another Star of Extinction combo. What's with the Star of Extinction? Judith. Carnage Connoisseur. That's it. Okay, so Star of Extinction, deal 2 any damage to each creature, each planeswalker. Judith says, if you cast an instant or sorcery spell, choose one. The spell can gain Death Touch and Lifelink, so you get a little life out of this deal. Or create a 2/2 red imp creature token with when this creature dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. No, that's okay. I think we'll gain the life. We don't mind gaining life around here. Majra! Thank you very much for your super chat. Another combo with Clerics. Mikachu. The Unhallowed. And Triskelion. I have a feeling this is like a good combo. Triskelion. Everyone dies, and I do play EDH. Alright. No, I didn't doubt that you play EDH. I doubted that you played with real cards. I thought you just played with custom cards. So Mikachu says, whenever a human deals damage to you, destroy it. Other non-human creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Undying, which means Triskelion comes into... it's like a Walking Bliss, if I remember correctly, because you can remove a counter from it, and it deals 1 damage to any target. So basically, you can remove it all down to 0. Oh, you know, actually, you can't reduce it to 0. You have to, like, ping, ping, then use your last counter to ping itself to death. And then it dies. It comes back with a +1/+1 because that Undying. It'll come back into play also with 3 more +1/+1, and you can eventually kill all your opponents. Though I don't think it kills everybody. It kills everyone but you. It's a classic. Okay, next up. Pacers fan Forevers. Goblin Recruiter and Goblin Charbelcher. What the hell? How do these have anything to do with each other? Okay, Goblin Recruiter enters the battlefield, search your library for any number of Goblin cards you choose. Reveal those cards, then shuffle your library and put them on top in any order. So, like, you want to stack all your lands on the bottom and all the Goblins on top. And then when you play your Goblin Charbelcher, it will effectively reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a land card. But all the lands are on the bottom, so you deal the maximum damage you can with your Goblin Charbelcher. Dude, that's not terrible. I mean, it's bad, but I like the idea. So, like, what, in a 99 card deck, you can have, like, I don't know, maybe like 25 lands on the bottom and all your mana sources and goblins on top? Oh, no, you can't rearrange the mana sources. So let's say you have 30 mana sources. You can have, like, I guess 60 cards on top. Dome someone for 60 damage. Ben says, an evil combo is what I'm seeing at the drive-thru with these high prices. Inflation, am I right? Yeah, inflation plus drive-thru. Inflation and fast food. Terrible combo. But it still works, because I pay for it anyway. Okay, John. Painter Servant in Nature's Wrath. Nature's Wrath. Okay, Painter Servant, you name a color, and everything is that color. Everything in your hand, everything in your deck, it's all that color. Nature's Wrath is a 6-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Nature's Wrath unless you pay a green. Whenever a player puts a swamp or black permanent into play, they have to sacrifice a swamp or black permanent, which everything is a black permanent, if you name black. Whenever a player puts an island or a blue card in play, they have to sacrifice an island or a blue permanent. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Nature's Wrath unless you pay green. So effectively, like, if someone wants to put anything in play, so whatever's in play, they have to exchange for new things. That's it. There's no way around it. Because I put, like, everything's a swamp, or, like, basically everything's a black permanent, even the lands. So I put a land in play that's black, and then I have to sacrifice another land that's black, or I've got to sacrifice a creature or token. So if I have, like, 5 permanents in play, that's it. I can't have any more than 5 permanents. If anything new comes in play, something else has to leave. Interesting. I like it. John! Oh no, this was your super chat, John. Mika! Thank you very much for your super chat. Finally made it live. Necrotic Ooze. And 5 swamps on the battlefield. Is that it? Pilla-Palla in graveyard, Magus of the coffers in graveyard. So we need Pilla-Palla. I think it's Pilla-Palla. Or is it Pilly-Palla? Pilly-Palla. Oh, you said Pilly-Palla. And Magus of the coffers? Is it Cabal Coffers? Oh, it is. Cabal Coffers on a creature. Okay, so Necrotic Ooze, a refresher, has all abilities of all creatures in graveyards. And then we've got Pilla-Palla, which you can pay 2 to untap it to add 1 mana of any color in your mana pool. So that's great, because with Magus of the Coffers, with a bunch of swamps on the battlefield, we'll pay 2, add a bunch of swamp mana, then pay the mana to untap it to retap it over again. You have infinite mana. Cool combo. It's symmetrical, so you have to sack as well. Oh, for that last combo? Absolutely. So you just don't play the combo until you're ready. You have the board set up exactly as you would like it. Okay, King Ginger. What is your combo all about? Challenger Troll. Gruul War Chant. Equals unblock. Is that it? Is that our entire combo? Challenger Troll, 5 mana, 6/5. Each creature you control with a power 4 or greater can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. So each creature you control with power 4 or greater can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. So effectively, they all got a chump block. The attacking creatures you control get +1, +0, and menace. So now they cannot be blocked at all. You can only block with 1 creature. I'm sorry, I got menace, which means you can't block with just 1 creature. You have to block with 2 or more. No blocking for you. Okay, Crowcore Games. Dan Lewis. It sounds like the name of a writer. Dan Lewis, Mikkelsen Lattice. And a Volshock. Volshock Battlemaster. Okay, this card doesn't exist. It's Vol with a U. Okay, Dan Lewis is a 2 mana 2/2. Non-creature, non-equipment artifacts you control have our equipment in addition to their other types, and have equipped creature gets +1/+0 and equip for 1. Doctor's Companion. Now Mikasynthlas says everything is an artifact. So non-creature, non-equipment artifacts. You can. Why do we want to equip things? Oh, equipped creature gets +1, so everything becomes an equipment. Okay, and then we have got Volshock Battlemaster, 5 mana, 2/2. Whenever Volshock Battlemaster comes into play, attach all equipment in play to it. Hold on, does this affect your opponent's cards? Non-creature, non-equipment artifacts you control are equipment. But it's only stuff you control are equipment. Not everything else is an equipment. And this will make everything an artifact. So what, are you trying to like take your entire board, all your lands, and put it onto your Volshock Battlemaster? I think that's the idea. It's a bad combo that actually works though. Okay, Ecos. Planar Chaos. It's got 3 mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, sack it. Whenever a player plays a spell, that player flips a coin. If they lose, you counter that spell. And then we combine this with Chimil, the Inner Sun. Spells you control can't be countered. At the beginning of your end step, discover 5. So our spells can't be countered even by the Planar Chaos. And then lastly, we have Krark's Thumb. Which says if you would flip a coin, instead flip 2. You're going to be flipping 2 coins. Okay, so what's the point of this thing? So spells you control can't be countered. At the beginning of your end step, discover 5, which you cast a bunch of stuff. At the beginning of your upkeep, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, sack it. Oh, so I can flip 2 coins to win. Whenever a player plays a spell, they flip a coin. If they lose the flip, they counter that spell. This is a weird combo. I mean, I see the idea, but it's not completely guaranteed or anything like that. Although you do get to discover each at the end of each turn, which is good value. Okay, Majra. Obnixilis Unshackled. There's a lot of Obnixilises out there. They're trying to make a comeback for this guy. And Marilyn of the Morn Song. Oh, we're not done yet. Sorry about that. We got super chats to get through. Okay, players can't draw cards. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life and searches their library for a card, puts it into their hand. Obnixilis says has flying and trample. Whenever an opponent searches their library, that player sacrifices a creature and loses 10 life. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Obnix. I've never seen that combo before. That's insane. It's basically your opponents are just gonna live for a few more draw steps, and on top of that, they still lose 3 life. They have to lose 3 life and search their library for a card. That is the ultimate back-breaking, like, I don't know, deck digging counter. Forget fetch lands when Obnixilis is out. All right, Bryce. What do you have for us today? We've got Anzrag's Rampage and Mikosynth Lattice. I have no idea how these two go together. Okay, everything's an artifact. Anzrag's Rampage says destroy all artifacts you control, which will be everything in play. Then exile the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of artifacts that were put into the graveyard from the battlefield this turn. You may put a creature card exiled this way onto the battlefield. It gains haste. Return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. Huh? Destroy all artifacts you... Oh, sorry. Destroy all artifacts you don't control. So we blow up everybody's stuff. Oh, that's insane. Then exile the top X cards of your library. X is the number of artifacts that were... Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you don't control. Holy crap. Oh, this is a complete banger. You blow up you basically blow up everybody else's board. You have an entire board, and you get a creature at the end of it. Stanley's not over with the Mycosynth Lattice combos. We've got Lattice into Consulate Crackdown. Okay, we have our Lattice. Consulate Crackdown. Turn everything into an artifact. And then for 5 mana, it's an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile all artifacts your opponents control again. Until Consulate Crackdown leaves the battlefield. So a similar effect, except it's actually possible for them to get their stuff back. It is possible. C24 MVP. Thank you very much for your super chat. Giant Tribal. Is that actually a card name? Giant Tribal? Nope. Giant something? There's too many giants. C24! What is this? Something tribal? There's not many tribal cards out here. Oh, I see. Oh, maybe this is not a card, actually. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's not a card. Okay, so you want... I think it's 2-card combo. Borderland Behemoth. And Brian Stoutarm. Brian Stoutarm. Okay, now let's look at this. Trample. Borderland Behemoth gets +4/+4 for each other giant you control. So it's a kindred combo. And then Brian Stoutarm says, sacrifice another creature after you tap and pay a red. Brian Stoutarm deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to target player. It gets +4/+4 for each other giant you control. Lifelink. So I guess the idea is get a bunch of giants on the battlefield, make the Borderland Behemoth enormous. Then we do the old fling it across the room sort of thing. Stare at one of your opponents in the eye, and then hit them for a huge ton of damage. Okay, next up we've got Emperors here with Curvex Spite, Oblivion Ring, plus Exiled Bearing Glory. Is this really original? Another Bearing Glory combo using Oblivion Ring. Okay, anyway, let's take a look at it. Curvex Spite. Oblivion Ring. Bearing Glory. Under the O-Ring, of course. Cast Spite, end of turn before yours, instant win at upkeep. Okay, so we put the Bearing Ring under the Oblivion... the Bearing Glory under the Oblivion Ring, and then Curvex Spite at end of turn. Black, instant. Sacrifice all permanents, discard your hand, target player loses 5 life. And then by the time you get to your next turn, you've won the game. Okay, and then now Core Games with the Bludgeon Brawl. And another Lattice combo. Yeah, let's just get Lattice out here. Bludgeon Brawl. And Volshock Battlemaster. Again, it's VU. Volshock? I'll just look up Battlemaster. It's hard to spell this card. I'm not spelling it with an O at the beginning, I'm adding a C at the end. Okay, so this is similar, right? When it comes to play, attach all equipment in play to it. So what's the difference? The Bludgeon Brawl is a 3-mana enchantment. Each non-creature, non-equipment artifact is an equipment with equip X, and equip creature gets +X/+0, where X is that artifact's converted mana cost. So it's interesting. If you equip with the lands, it actually gives you absolutely nothing. But it is a bad combo that actually works. Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much for joining me today. You love your bad combos that actually work. And of course, if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, either you super chat or you help donate super chats so that other people can be part of the show. And thanks everyone to the coffee crew for being here this morning. We got Steve Cooper, Toads. We got Carlo, Abzo for Ginka, Core Games, Old Boy Stanley, Arcanus Ultra, Tavashell, Pangman Mario, Kano, Jess, we got Jokar, because you guys are the coffee crew. You guys are the show. So keep brewing up them coffees, my crew, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.